The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show.
That's how I felt about tonight's exciting matchup between the Jimmy and Bamless Heat against the Giannis and Brook Lopez-less Bucks. Heat lose big, 22 points doesn't even really begin to kind of sum up what happened tonight. They just got boat raced from the beginning to the end. Shitty effort, by guys that normally give you a ton of effort. Like your energy guys off the bench gave you nothing. Like the Struces, the Calebs, the Gabes. Now they started playing better in the second half, but it was like by the time you're down double digits, this team just doesn't have the firepower without Jimmy and Bam to make up those kinds of deficits, right? And then once again, you got slow starts from Lowry and Duncan, which I really think was the nail in the coffin from the beginning, because without, like I said, this team doesn't have that firepower. If those guys are missing shots early and you get down 12 points with, 4 minutes left in the first, like it's an uphill climb the rest of the way. You don't have the firepower for it. We saw what happened tonight. Listen, for the most part, 1-1 on this road trip. I'm a happy camper. Did not expect them to win tonight. Would have liked to see a little bit more effort, but whatever. The only thing that really fucking pisses me off, let's get off the fucking game for a second. What really fucking pisses me off is the nastiest added to Pupumpo and fucking Bobby Portis and Thanasis go home happy tonight. Like, that's the shit that fucking bothers me. Those two fucking just, first of all, Bobby crazy eye looking ass, and then Thanasis, you fucking scrub out there just mucking up the game because you have no business in the fucking league, you fucking dork. Anyway, bring me out, Brass. Fucking Thanasis. Like, Thanasis, after the Kupo, gets to go home tonight and have a good night, and I got to do fucking Hangover Time with a bunch of miserable fucking Heat fans who don't even want to watch the show right now. They're doing it out of loyalty, and we thank you so much. So if you're watching live on Twitch, thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for your subs and your bits and all that kind of good shit. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, thank you. We love you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. So while Thanasis is out there partying up in fucking Milwaukee somewhere, probably fucking just elbowing fucking bouncers and knocking waitresses over with his clumsy, goofy fucking ass, Bobby Portis is out there scaring strippers in Milwaukee somewhere. Fucking, they probably all look like fucking offensive linemen from Wisconsin. But whatever. Anyway, let's find out what everybody's drinking. I was about to say some shit about Wisconsin women, and I stopped myself. Thank you, Brass. I saw the look from you in the corner, and I said, let me stop.
I was going to cut to the segment a little early if you went there.
Oh, fucking square-jawed ass. Anyway, Siobhan.
Glad he didn't go there.
Right.
Could have been worse.
Apothic Red. That's where I'm at tonight. That's all I got.
I like it.
Okay.
Somebody said I was about to go Charles Barkley mode, insulting the women of a city. Yes, I was, and I stopped myself.
Did you?
Kind of. Anyway, go ahead, Brass. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm putting in zero effort tonight as well. I just have a coffee-flavored rum. It's on the rocks.
Ooh.
Moose?
You already know
There
I
we
got
go.
my Costco-sized
Yes.
monkey shoulder.
Are you getting smaller, or is that getting bigger?
Now, you know that same thing that they use in Ant-Man? That's what this is. And I can, do weights with it and shit. But, yeah, listen, apparently there was a game tonight. I didn't get the message because I know that we won last night at the back-to-back, and Jimmy and Bam didn't play, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm here to celebrate because it is Saturday night. So Saturday night means that it is a drip drop night. So I gotta hit them one time with a drip drop.
Let's get fucking drunk. What I mean, What else are we gonna do?
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you, Moose. Thank you
That
very much
paycheck.
for your contribution. But besides that, Siobhan, we had a night last night where Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson truly showed up. And then here we go tonight, where they have a first quarter like they've been having. Tyler Hero struggled mightily.
Yeah.
Like to the point where this was to me, I think this was the worst game of the season. But this is what happens when guys like Duncan and Tyler have the full weight of a really good defense against them, and there's no Jimmy or Bam to bail them out.
Yeah. So I think, they've been relying on Tyler a bit too much this whole season. And, they have 3 games in 4 nights. I don't know if he's feeling the weight of that or if he's feeling the weight of all of the rest of the weight from the season, kind of catching up on him a little bit. Yeah, Duncan and Kyle had, good games yesterday. Gave them their props, but also held out and, wanted to see it again. Again, understand that they were back-to-back, but I don't know. It's just, are we just talking it up completely to the back-to-back, or Carlo Tiana said, I'm convinced Kyle doesn't want to be here? I don't know. But I really don't have too much to say about them. I'm not surprised by how they look tonight. Would have liked them to look better. Kyle was 1 for 7 for 3. Duncan 3 for 7. I think some of them came late. So they look tonight more like they have been looking this season than they did yesterday.
Listen, I hear a lot of people crawling into their fucking holes tonight. The way I look at it, we won the first game against the Bucks this season by 42 points. They beat us by 22, so we're still up 20 this season on the fucking Bucks.
There we
You
go.
go.
All
right, mathematics.
Come on, Moose. Let's get fucked up. Hit him one time.
Let's do it, man. That's all.
Hit him one time for winning by 20 points on the season.
I like it. I gotta hit him one time for 20 with a drip drop.
I'm not drinking to that.
Yeah,
actually, I gotta do one more because I meant to do it at the top.
I didn't believe my own shit.
I meant to do this at the top, not to derail things, but I just want a special happy 40th anniversary to my parents tonight. I got to hit them with a special drip drop.
How many times are you trying to break a drip drop record tonight? Props to them, but I'm
just trying to get drunk, but also I didn't get them a gift, so that way I'll cut this up, send it to them. Just
lovely. They'll love that.
Yeah.
Moose, Aisha says the entire defensive focus was on Tyler, and he gave you 15, 6, and 9. I'm looking at that as growth. I want to say that's growth. And honestly, I'm not blaming Tyler for the night by any means.
No, I get you.
But he shot under 25% from the field. He was looking frustrated. Like that one, the one play where they were complaining that it was a block. It wasn't a block. He got caught up in the air, didn't know what to do, threw it up and then tapped it. He trapped. There was just a lot of those plays.
Tipped. It was tipped.
When I saw the replay, I didn't see a tip. Either way, I think it got tipped because he was hesitant. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do with the ball. And that, they were hounding him. But Tyler's been playing a lot of minutes lately with a really heavy load. So I don't want to just chalk it all up to back-to-backs, but I do. I'm not concerned, but he didn't have a good game. I thought he had a really shitty game.
No, listen, I'm a Tyler Hero stan, as we all know, but I tell it like it is, and I'm with you tonight, Alf. Aisha, I appreciate you trying to give our guys some love and backing them up, saying that it's growth. I don't totally disagree with you, but I'm kind of with Alf. I can't make that statement. Carla Tiana brings up a great point. Meant to say that earlier. 2,000 career points for Drip Drop.
I think the only growth tonight is in that monkey shoulder bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Alf, I'm with you. I do think, and this is something that I said on the last Hangover Time, Tyler is getting way too many minutes and carrying way too much of a heavy load this early in the season. And granted, now he doesn't have Jimmy and Bam on the court alongside him to help with some of the defense and all that. So I think tonight was more so fatigue, being the only guy on the floor, maybe in his head a little bit about being tired and not really wanting to show up, but having to still play the game. I'm not too concerned with tonight's performance from Tyler or from the team entirely. I do think there's things that we need to be concerned about, but also, I'm going to be honest, I came into tonight, expecting a lackluster performance. So I'm not too concerned.
I think where you saw a lot of let's talk about Kyle a little bit, because I was screaming on the timeline like, Tyler, shoot a fucking floater. Like, there was too many times he'd get a foot in the lane and he's looking to pass instead of challenging Bobby fucking Portis. Like, we're playing against him like it's Brook Lopez in there. Like, it's not Brook, it's Bobby. And Bobby's a good defender, don't get me wrong, but you have to challenge him. Like, we were playing on the perimeter all game. Like, I saw a lot of people complaining about the threes they were making. We shot a better percentage than they did. They shot,
they shot 18 for 50. We were 17 for 47.
Yeah, so to me, it's not the threes. It's the fact that there was a layup line to the rim all game long.
Right.
Like, it was a layup line. Like, I don't care. The threes tonight weren't what killed us. It's the fact that they got in the paint and did whatever they want. And then when they got in the paint and we did challenge them, we were rotating so damn hard, Pat Connaughton's wide open for a three. So I felt like that's the effort there killed us, and the effort on the other end to penetrate, get in the lane, and make something happen just wasn't there.
Yeah, we don't have enough people that can penetrate. One, I think the amount of threes given up, being another 50-point another 50 attempt game, is a bit concerning because, like you said, like you're closing out to three, and then we're like undisciplined in the closeout. We're closing out too hard, overcommitting. So that opens up the layup line, like you said. And so it was a big combination of things tonight that just kind of produced, I think, what it is that you saw. Tired, but also like need to be cleaner and better on some things that we're not clean and great at with a fully healthy, rested team.
Brass, they pointed out on what do you think this is? What kind of impact do you think it's had on the season that they pointed out tonight that the Heat are about to enter their first 3-game homestand of the season, which is, in my mind, is absolutely fucking ridiculous, which is followed by a 5-game road trip, by the way. It's crazy. And now that they get their 3-game homestand, by the way, hopefully Jimmy comes back, but they get Memphis, Milwaukee, and Chicago. Great.
Yeah, that's fun. This season, the schedule's been so weird. I mean, aside from the home and road split just being like way off balance, I just feel like they've had a lot of back-to-backs this year. A lot already. Like I was told that, this is going to feel like a more regular season. And as someone who is on every post game, this feels I feel exactly like I did last year, which is tired.
Running it's
fatigued.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday night. And
but I don't think we have any more back-to-backs the rest of December, which is cool. That's nice. But yeah, I mean, and then you said we were talking before the show. So they have that 3-game homestand, and then do they go back out for like 7 more or some shit?
5 games.
Five game road trip.
5-game road trip. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's not great. It's not great. And I mean, you gotta keep your eye out on this league right now because there are players just dropping in health and safety protocols left and right.
Like flies.
Yeah, like a week from now, it could just be a totally different outlook, especially with how crazy the East is and how tight the East is.
I mean, they one win yesterday, jumped from 5th to 3rd, and one loss today, they dropped from 3rd to 5th. Like, Moose, it's that tight. But on the one hand, for them to come out of this early schedule at 14-10, I'm encouraged, especially with as much time. Like they were showing the amount of time that Hero, Bam, Jimmy, and Kyle all played together and completed a game has been like 4 games this whole season. That's wild. Crazy.
That's wild.
And they look elite when at least they have 3 of those guys out there. They look pretty fucking elite. But they've been missing so much time for them to be 14-10. 5th place in the East, a game out. I mean, half a game or whatever they are out of 2nd. Like, I'm pretty encouraged by that. Now, like, you kind of just want them to go 500 throughout December just to like keep their heads above water, especially if Jimmy's not back.
Well, yeah, that's the point I wanted to make. That Jimmy being out, also Bam being out. This next 7-week stretch, I'm saying 7, probably be 8 weeks. We don't really know the exact length, but we can say comfortably 7 weeks we're going to be without Bam. This next 7-week stretch, we actually talked about it on the pregame show the other day, Alf.
Give me 500.
Yeah, give me 500. Let's just stay afloat because it is so one game takes you in and out. And I don't think that this season is in any ways lost or anything like that. Like, I'm not concerned about Bam. He will be back for the playoffs. But we need to be able to just stay above water until he gets back because that, if you want to look at the positives, that second half of the schedule, at least we got a lot of these road games out of the way. That last quarter of the season, that push into the playoffs, that's going to be ultimately what our team really is. And we just need to stay afloat until we get there.
I mean if we can get to the All-Star break hovering, like let's say we are 500 by the All-Star break. And then around that same time, we get Bam back, possibly Depot is back, and then basically we got a healthy squad. Are we feeling pretty good at that point?
Oh, I feel great about this team fully healthy.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, I think if they don't drop below 500, I think that's okay. And to me, it gives them enough time to gel going into the postseason.
Like I said, one of the bright sides with Bam's injury is that it happened now and not in February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's trying to work himself back into game shape going into the playoffs.
Well, and as we said
he gets
before,
to rest
Bam,
that knee a little.
Well, right, exactly. We said that many times that he's able to. He's recovering from 2 injuries right now. One was kind of a sudden thing. One kind of came out of nowhere, but he's just going to be healthier overall. I think it came at a pretty good time because they had a really tough schedule and they did pretty damn well. I mean, with that schedule. And
the injuries in the schedule is why it began before the season. Like when people were like clutching their pearls when someone said they might be a 6 seed, I was like, yeah, they very well. The East has improved. Guys like Kyle has not missed a lot of time with the way he's playing. Once you get Jimmy back, Kyle's probably gonna have to take a couple games off. Like he's 36 years old and he just played 3 games in 4 nights, heavy minutes for running him into the ground. But, Bond, you didn't really seem too enthused about the idea of them fully healthy, how good they could be.
I think they will be good. I just want to see it. I just want to see them gel. I want to see them work on their connectivity. I want to see what their defense looks like fully healthy. I want to see what their offense looks like. The prospect of them fully healthy is great. But I'm someone that wants to see at least a piece of it play out so that I can feel more comfortable, sticking that
but haven't we seen them fully healthy? And they were boat racing teams.
I'm talking about with Vic as well. All of it incorporated.
Oh, the Vic thing. Yeah. I think Vic makes them elite if he's anywhere what he used to be, but I'm not counting on Vic. Even without Vic, I just think this team healthy. They were killing teams.
But I also so then I want to see the shot distribution also. Does Kyle go back to being passive? Do we go back to trying to keep Duncan alive? Does Bam, take the shots that they're they have all the pieces, but I think that they still need time to, like Brad said, enough time to gel to make sure that it all looks good, but does it actually cohere and does it actually play out as good as it looks?
Regarding Depot, I think what's exciting to me about Depot is
no, we're not.
We said no, we're not trading Duncan, not yet. Stay tuned. So to me the exciting thing about getting Depot back, we know he's a great player. If he can get over this injury, that apparently is, they said they found a way to sort of correct it, and it hadn't been taken care of in the proper ways, which is why he got hurt last year.
Yeah, they didn't even do the surgery. The ligament still was unattached.
But we say all the time, we look at Caleb every game, and we're like, man, the energy and effort that dude puts in, that is what you're going to get from Depot. Yes. That dude is going to come. He's going to come back and it's just excitable. Yeah. And I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm just excited.
Speaking of energy and effort from Caleb, let's get to our gaga of the game.
There you go.
Something positive.
Excellent. Thank you for giving me the heads up on the.
I'm sorry. thought that's why you were talking about Caleb. I thought you were like setting me up.
No.
Oh, okay. Well.
But we're here.
Good point.
We're here.
Only down 10 at this point, so it was positive. And then he talked shit to the Bucks bench, or the Heat bench, actually.
Damn. We had to go that early into the game to find something good? Shit.
Yeah. I mean, did you?
I'm looking at the clock.
Yeah.
It just started.
But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, down 10 in the first quarter, it's just too much of this shit. But this was cool.
It was nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
He's great.
People are asking for Deadman. No, we're not doing Deadman's Garage today.
Not tonight.
Yeah,
He had a good block.
He had a couple
Yeah,
good
back-to-back
plays.
threes, man.
He did have back-to-back
He
threes.
did have
nice
back-to-back
fouls.
threes.
I was laughing my ass up because it was still 0-0 2 minutes into the game. Like both teams, they just could not get it going. And then to get for the first 8 points, I think were all Deadman. It was just like wild.
I think he did. He went on an 8-0
Back-to-back
run
threes,
by
man.
himself.
Yeah.
Perfect partner next to Bam.
Insane
Continues to be. I think he's still leading the team in 3-point percentage.
Oh yeah,
Is he?
gotta be.
Percentage,
Yeah, Dwayne
it has
Dedmon.
to
only
be.
seven. It's only 7 threes, but hey.
55.6% from 3 for the season.
There you go. You see that
All
thing,
right.
young blood?
Let's go ahead and go to Bond's breakdown next.
Oh, hold up. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
Everything I have tonight is defense. I didn't have much of anything to say about the offense, but there are a lot of things that we can clean up defensively.
It's very understandable. Yeah,
I think most of them are about the zone. So go ahead, Bryce. All right, so they're falling back into the zone. All right, pause. So right now, all right, go ahead. My bad. They're balanced. They're fine. Pause. Gabe is overcommitted. Gabe coming up here to take the dude that Caleb is already on, forces Duncan to cover from him to take this dude on the wing, which opens up this pass to Boogie. I don't think he really does anything with it at this point. It gets kicked back out and some other things happen, but things like this we do all the time. Gabe, Caleb, Kyle, Tyler, the whole front line of our zone. Go ahead. And yeah, and then Duncan has somebody behind him that, like, luckily that didn't go there this time, but it's going to go the next time. Go to the next one. So pause. So start that from the beginning, please. All right, pause. So you can't see it, but there's two Bucks on the right side. Tyler has someone, Gabe has Caleb has someone in the right side Duncan spot. We let people get behind us far too often in our zone, and Boogie's a good passer. Other bigs are good passers. People are aware and see these things, and so go ahead, just rotates over, good little dump off, and it ended up being like a pick because he's driving, and then dump. His body's in the way. Caleb has to be aware that there's someone behind him. Go ahead. So we're in the zone. Pause. Tyler is that Drew or Wes in the corner? I think it's Drew. I'm not sure.
That's Drew.
Tyler has Drew in the corner. Go ahead. Pause. Tyler goes with Drew from the corner. Tyler also, though, has to stay with Drew because there's no one else in the corner for him to be worried about. Him leaving, Duncan doesn't know whether or not to come take Drew cutting or stay with whoever he has in the corner. Tyler has to stay with Drew. He doesn't. Go ahead. And then you get this dump off. Sliding around.
Was that whose responsibility is that at that point? Isn't that Yurt's responsibility to drop?
No, Yurt has Boogie.
Yeah.
Like it would be if Yurt drops all the way off of Boogie, then Boogie just stop and give me this little jab. You could say Duncan could step all the way over and take it, but
then Connaughton has an open 3.
Right, and Boogie hadn't passed it yet, so he still could have kicked it to Connaughton. Tyler has to stay with that, or communicate to Yurt, tell Yurt to take him, but then that will force Tyler to have to take Boogie.
Yeah.
And that's not smart.
No, I don't
Tyler
think
has
it's
to-
Tyler's fault. I think Duncan really needs to get
All
his
right,
shit
go to the
together.
next
But what? And at that point,
Pause.
isn't Yurt supposed to be opening up a little bit to like stop that pass, that entry
Can
pass?
you go back first?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Shouldn't Yurt be doing what?
Opening up as far as like trying to deny that pass. I feel like I'm blaming both Tyler and Yurt a little bit there. I just feel like Yurt's hands were down, and it kind of just made. I mean, it made that pass from Boogie to Drew a little bit too easy.
Yeah, his
Man
hands,
down. So
Yeah, his hands.
Yeah, well,
His
there you
hands
go.
were down. But to avoid all of that, Tyler could have just stayed.
Yeah, that's-
again, I think Duncan, a lot of money,
Listen,
and he needs
if
to
Duncan
know what the
leaves
fuck he's doing on
Connaughton and he
defense.
hits another
right?
fucking three, I'd have lost my mind.
Right.
But anyway.
Go ahead. Kyle comes off this pick. Can you start that over? So I like the little
Hell
booty
of a
screen.
pass.
I like this little butt screen that Dedmon does. I think Kyle, like you were talking about, Tyler should have taken the floater. Kyle should have stopped in that area and shot the ball. Here's what really pisses me off. Pause. So at the time that Caleb shoots this ball, all 5 white jerseys are in this half of the court. Duncan is back. Tyler and Kyle are high enough to, should be getting back. You're not offensive rebounding, so I don't know what we just standing here for. Every buck on the floor, though, is in this half of the screen. Go ahead. And these are the effort things. Get back. What are you doing? And then we get a Connaughton, 3-ball corner pocket. So you can take me out. I understand being tired. I understand 3 or 4 in the roster. We have injuries, 3 or 4. We got like 3 or 4 dead spots on the roster. I get that. And I understand how all of that coalesces into, this little maelstrom that we have right now. Some things, though, we just have to be tighter about. And that's it.
Yeah.
So Tyler sucks.
Excellent.
No, I'm just joking.
I don't think that's what she was getting at. I think what she was trying to get at was that like Duncan really fucked up that play and made Tyler look bad. And I mean, I get it. Duncan's been doing that all season. So,
That awesome.
Listen, I
Do
don't
we
wanna-
have any subs? Because I'm trying to keep this thing,
Party
the
girl.
show going.
No.
Gotta hit them one time for free, y'all. Drip drop.
Give it away for free moves. Damn.
Yes.
Listen,
They
been
keep
known to give
fucking
it
up
away
our
for-
money tonight, man.
Yeah.
Get your shit together, guys.
Put our money in the hands
I mean,
of
I-
the
listen.
older people.
What?
the Heat may not have done their job tonight, but this guy did.
Love it.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent.
Hit 'em with 'em.
That me pointing was
Hit 'em,
the
hit 'em,
transition.
Brad, hit 'em.
No,
Transition.
I know. I mean, I
Hit me with the hit him with the music transition one time.
no, I'm gonna leave you hanging. That's too much fun. I just wanted to say before we get to your segment, what I was trying to get to was there is like the fucking bickering on Heat Twitter is gotten to absolutely insufferable levels.
It really has.
Insufferable levels. Listen, this team, as currently constructed because of injuries right now, isn't going to do much right now. Okay, at best, we can keep our head above water. All right. So, and that's fine, and that's fine. But like the
Callback.
the going back, the going back and forth, and then because I feel like there's a lot of us we are big on this. If a player has a big game, boom, we come out and we act all cocky about that player. But you know what? That's a fucking bit. I don't know if you know that.
That's why we
It's
should stop
usually-
doing that, bitch.
Well, the thing is, it's fun when other people do it as bits. But some
Right.
people just take that bit and it's like the entire time that they have been a part of Heat Twitter, they see that and then believed it all, which is just dumb.
I don't
And
believe in bits.
well, I love
a good
bits.
bit.
Bits are great. I love bits.
All I gotta say is I'm really glad you filibustered because we got 2 subscribers or bits or something. I don't know. I've been drinking a little bit and now I can't read, but I'm gonna hit them one time for a tier 1 sub. Drip drop.
Yes, propaganda. Thank you very much for your tier 1 sub.
A lot of it does go too far, though. You're right.
It does. It's just exhausting. It's just exhausting. I know Alf's trying to make light of it right now, but like, I know it bothers the fuck out of him too.
Honestly, I wasn't getting my pressure up over this fucking game. Like,
well, no,
I did not give up. Like, the only thing that got me mad was like watching Kyle not take floaters, and after a while, I was like, "Fuck it, who cares?" Like, if I was Kyle, I'd be like, we got last night. I don't give a fuck. Like, listen, it was just, this game was stupid. The NASA's fucking around.
You could have the NASA's. Would you not take him? Be honest.
No.
Shit, I'm drunk.
The NASA's?
No, absolutely.
Come on,
no way.
Siobhan.
No way.
I'm not doing this.
No way.
I'm not doing the.
Yeah.
The NASA's. He would not even be in the NBA if his last name wasn't Acrobat Kapompa, whatever the fuck.
Antetokounmpo.
Exactly. If his last name wasn't that, he would not be in the NBA. He's a fucking goofball.
He can be a goofball.
Huh?
He can be a goofball and still be valuable.
I don't think he's that.
I don't think he's
valuable.
He's not I don't think he's an NBA player. That
said that about Gabe and Max.
Said that about
Siobhan. We had an entire segment last on the fucking off season about the biggest
about
scrub
what?
in the family.
I get it. Like, I understand. I'm saying if he was available, I mean,
it's a bit. Get it? See, we went full circle.
No. The Thanasis thing is not a bit. I don't think he is not an NBA player.
Thanasis.
All right, Moose at the movie.
All right, Moose. Here we go.
Please.
One man, two desires. Drip drop and cinema. It's Moose at the Movies. Powered by Streambeat.
I love this. It's a butter situation. All right, is my mic on? Let's do this.
Now
Ladies and gentlemen.
Arguing about the NASA's over KZ. Oh my God.
Get your popcorn ready because Moose at the Movies is back with a timeless masterpiece. See, everybody loves a sequel. Empire Strikes Back, Godfather 2, Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo. All instant classics, okay? See, every studio loves to milk their franchise IP for every last drip drop, and Hangover Time is no different. That's why tonight we're going back to Utah in 2007, where a group of tween heartthrobs are rocking an elaborate set of loud bucket hats, immaculate blonde frosted tips, and randomly breaking into slightly offbeat, awkward choreography in the halls of East High School. That's right! Tonight, Moose at the Movies is breaking down one of the most popular and instant classic sequel films in all-time history, Disney's High School Musical 2. That's right. The second installment of this High School Musical franchise focuses on every kid's favorite season, summertime. See, the film opens reintroducing us to our all-star cast on the last day of school. So naturally, the students celebrate the way every kid does, by breaking into a jaw-dropping musical number to head into the summer break. Will the Wildcats be able to stay all in this together with everyone going their separate ways for the summer? Something tells me some wacky shenanigans will keep them all close, considering they still have an hour and a half left in this film. From here, we follow the mean blonde white girl named Sharpay. And I didn't make that name up. They go to some regular... Yeah, she goes to her regular summer vacation at some bougie country club. It's clear from the get-go that she runs this place and is some kind of mini celebrity there. She's winning the country club's talent show for 8 years in a row. So she starts singing about how rich and white and privileged she is. I mean, only needing the most fabulous things in life. She's like a show-tuned version of MTV's Sweet 16 embodied in human form. The kind of person that watched the movie The Help and thought, you know what? The real hero was the little white girl in that film. And the next fabulous thing that she has her eyes on is our main man, Troy Bolton. See, Blondie had the Machiavellian plan of getting the head of the country club, Mr. Fulton, to hire Troy for a summer job, so she can spend the next month with him all to herself. The only problem is Troy is irresistibly charming, and he was able to secure a job not just for his smoking hot girlfriend, Vanessa Hudgens, literally the entire class, all without interviews or resumes or referrals. I mean, they didn't really even ask if they wanted to work there, which is kind of rude, but the boss just goes for it. That's like 9 full-time employees, benefits, housing in this country club. It's weird because like they work at the club, but they also get to use all the amenities and mingle with the members. Never seen anything like that, but let's roll with it. So now the entire school is basically working at this, ultra luxurious waspy country club. Some days they're breaking into song at the kitchen staff. Some days they break into song on the golf course. And some days they break into song, just to feel the rhythm in your soul, right, guys? My favorite part of this moment was the way Efron's belt was just hanging on for dear life as the director had to ensure that his boxers were peeking through. I mean, Disney had to push the limits a bit since this is the sequel,
I hate you so
Show
much.
a little Abercrombie and skin. Give the kids what they want. Or still want, if you know what I mean. All right, so, okay, from there we go. The movie takes a really sharp U-turn here for a second. So realizing they went 45 minutes without showing a single basketball and they need to get the guys back involved, Troy runs into a local college coach at the country club who starts actively recruiting him on the spot. I mean, if the NCAA was there, if they were watching this, they would have had a field day. He's giving him free gear, inviting him to games, talking him up like he's the max player that's going to push them over the top for a championship. Now Troy is feeling himself, and he even ditches his teammates and day job to hoop with the cooler, color-synchronized college kids.
I thought you were going to say colored kids. I really...
You saw what I did there? Wordplay!
Okay.
And their booster-donated Chevy Denali. Okay, so realizing he's changed, Troy gets dumped by his girlfriends. And this moment leads to him walking the golf course and realizing he's turned into a massive douchebag. But suddenly, he's like, wait a minute. I'm the white star of this show. You can bet that I'm gonna win and fix this in a second. Because technically, this is the 4th quarter of the film. And everybody knows that's when our guy Troy shines. Troy owns up to his mistake. This is the final stretch, guys. Troy owns up to his mistakes and gets the entire cast to rally behind him and take on Sharpay in the talent show. Together, they can create a breathtaking musical number that will end her reign as queen and establish them as the best entertainment child labor law staff in the entire state. But the only way they can do it is if they're all in it together. See, bringing it back around. That's what we do here. With his main squeeze by his side, Troy and the rest of his ragtag gang deliver an iconic performance, stealing the title from Sharpay and getting the rest of the group back together in perfect harmony right before the end of the summer. Disney's High School Musical 2 isn't just an easy cash grab. It's a bona fide classic, all right? It elevates the franchise to new heights and the soundtrack that shot up the Radio Disney charts and my personal workout playlist, okay? That shit gets me amped! I give this movie 100 drip drops. Brass, take me out!
Woo! Great job, Moose.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. You did that.
Elevated my Saturday, I'll tell you that.
I'm just glad you spent your Saturday watching the Duncan Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
What was
There
that?
were a lot of Duncan Robinson-looking people.
I figured. You think Duncan will break out in a musical at his live podcast?
I mean, shit, if it makes him score. At this point, I'll take whatever. You know?